welcome to Sammy C. Press. Today we're going to talk about books. But first, I want to thank the beautiful librarians who have been so helpful and who have become a part of our family through the years. Thank you so much for all you do and your hard work. We appreciate you. Without you, we would not have been able to make this video today. So let's hop into our topic, books. Now, reading allows us to step into someone else's shoes, to be able to see life through their eyes, to hear their thoughts, their feelings, and perspectives. Reading has the power and the ability to change the way we view the world, to change our view and perspective of others. Reading is a gateway into fascinating worlds, a way to explore and experience the world without even having to leave your room. Make sure you are taking time to read regularly. It will help you to stay calm and relaxed. It will build and strengthen your imagination, building your vocabulary and your love for adventure. It will open the door for kindness and empathy, helping you to see other people through a different lens. Remember that audiobooks are considered reading too. Sammy C number 2 enjoys paper, while Sammy C number 3 enjoys audiobooks as well as paper. But me personally, I love audiobooks. So whatever format you prefer, go for it. So today I want to share some of our favorite books that helps us to get into other people's shoes. As many of you know, here at Sammy C. Press, the three of us have dyslexia. So the first book we're going to talk about is near and dear to our hearts. It is that of Fish in a Tree by Linda Hunt. It's a story of a girl named Allie. It tells of how she was able to hide her learning differences for a while. But she's tired of being called names, and her life changes when a new teacher comes into her life. The next book we're going to discuss is Refugee by Alan Gratz. Wow, that's all I have to say here. This book is amazing. It follows the lives of 3 children from different parts of the world. You will definitely want to have tissues for parts of this book. This one is eye-opening for sure. The next one is Rules by Cynthia Lord. This is about a girl named Catherine who has a brother named David with autism. This was her debut novel and it is outstanding. So well done. The next one is Esperanza Rising by Pam Ryan. This is such a heartwarming story of overcoming loss and adversity. We have read this story multiple times. We learn that we can overcome anything as long as we do not lose hope. The next book is Heat by Mike Lupica. This is such a powerful story about a boy named Michael and his brother Carlos. What they are able to overcome together is so motivating. And for you sports fans out there, you'll especially love this one. The next book is The Island of Blue Dolphins by Scott Odell. This is a story of struggle, survival, growth, and beauty. This book is a classic for good reason. It's a story of an Indian girl who had to live alone on an island and survive without family. The next book we're going to talk about is Maniac Magee by Jerry Spidelli. This book is so moving. You can see the power that one person can have to be able to unite the East and the West. I think you'll love Mars Bars. He's one of my favorite characters in here. The next book we're going to discuss is Turtle in Paradise by Jennifer Holm. This is a story of a girl named Turtle. It's based in the 1930s in Key West, Florida. It's a story of self-discovery and family. And there's also a sequel, Full of Beans, which is a lot of fun, about a boy named Beans and his barefoot group of friends. The next book we're going to discuss is that of the Front Desk series by Kelly Yang. This is the second book in the series. I've read the first 3 and I love them all. Mia Tang is such an inspiration. This is a story of hope, friendship, family, and overcoming difficulties when others try to hold you down. Next is Mildred D. Taylor. She is an amazing storyteller. Although her stories are fictionalized, the experiences are drawn from real-life events from her and her family. The first book is The Land, which is a prequel to Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry. This was published in the year 2000. It's around the years of 1865 to 1877, the post-Civil War generation. Paul Edwards is the grandfather of Casey Logan in the next two books that follow. Roll of Thunder, Hear My Cry was published in 1976, and it is set in Mississippi in 1930s. It follows the Logan family and their struggles they experience keeping their land and keeping their family united. The third book in the series is Let the Circle Be Unbroken. This records a turbulent time. These three books are heart-wrenching as well as heartwarming. The cruelty that the Logan family, as well as many other families, had to experience was beyond what words can possibly encapsulate. The strength it took this family to get through so many odds and to remain united, supporting each other through these difficulties speaks about the power of endurance as well as perseverance. Lastly, we're going to talk about another author named Christopher Paul Curtis. He is an outstanding author who has the ability to completely draw you into his stories as well, as if you were right there. Do you know that he did not become a published author until he was in his 40s? Bud Not Buddy is one of our favorites. It is based in 1936, Flint, Michigan. It's about a 10-year-old boy named Bud. He is on a mission to find his father. This is a heartwarming as well as unforgettable story. The next book is The Watsons Go to Birmingham in 1963. You will enjoy 10-year-old Kenny and the rest of the Watson family. Their lives will forever change as they're about to experience a great tragedy. As many of you know, we here at Sammy C love the library. When I was checking out this book, one of my favorite librarians told me that she was there. She lived in Birmingham and she remembered hearing the explosion from down the street. She began to relate her experience and what it was like for her as a little girl. I was able to get a first-hand experience and a bit of background before we even went into the book. What a dark moment and a prime example of how hate can fuel such cruelty. The next book we're going to discuss is Elijah of Buxton. This is about 11-year-old Elijah, who was the first child to be born in freedom in Buxton, Canada. This is an amazing story of bravery, courage, and hope, and also a very vital lesson that Elijah has to learn. The next book we're going to discuss, also by Christopher Paul Curtis, is that of The Journey of Little Charlie. This follows a 12-year-old boy named Charlie. He strikes a deal with an awful man, and Charlie has to make a decision that will forever change his life. A couple books I was not able to get from the library, but I do want to mention, is that of Crossing the Wire by Will Hobbs. This true-to-life adventure is about a 14-year-old boy named Victor, who leaves his Mexican village to illegally enter the United States to help his starving family. This is an eye-opening, must-read book. The next one is Wonder by R.J. Palacio. This is about a boy named August Pullman who was born with facial differences that, up until now, had prevented him from going to mainstream school. This is a must-read to see his struggle and how he was able to overcome them. This book is beautifully done. As we read through these books, we will see the struggles as well as the obstacles many of these characters had to overcome. These are just a few examples of some of the books we here at Sammy C Press have enjoyed through the years that allow us to walk in other people's shoes. Why is it important for us to walk in someone else's shoes? Why, this can help us to change our perspective. It can help us to have empathy and understanding. It can change the way we view and treat people. Many people have to deal with being bullied or mistreated because of learning differences such as dyslexia, autism, Down syndrome, as well as others. Others are made fun of for differences such as cerebral palsy, limb reduction, and more. Many are made fun of or mistreated because of the color of their skin, their origins, their accents, or even the food they eat. Countless children each day are being called names like Four Eyes, Nerd, Geek, Retarded. The list goes on and on and on. There are a few picture books I think that can help us in this area. One is by Dr. Temple Granton. The book is called The Girl Who Thought in Pictures. She's an inventor, professor, and in 2010 she was named one of Time magazine's 100 most influential people. She has what's known as autism. In her book she says, different, not less. That is an important lesson for us all. No matter how different we may look, act, or feel, that does not make us less than anyone else. We all have unique abilities and gifts. Temple is also quoted saying, the world needs all types of minds. We do not want to forget the fact that out-of-the-box thinkers have helped us to get to where we are today. Another powerhouse example is that of Mia Armstrong. This girl is amazing. She has a super cool book entitled, I Am a Masterpiece. Mia has what's known as Down syndrome. In her book, she discusses a bit of what it's like living with Down syndrome and how she is treated by others. I love what she says in the back of the book. She says that she has a super shield. Now, this is not word for word. I just wanted to give the gist of what she said. She says that grown-ups and even kids worry about what other people think of them. And when that happens, that gives the mean things power over how we feel. But she doesn't care about what other people say or think, so the words have no power over her. What an amazing example. The truth is, some people are mean, and many, they're simply just not going to change. But we want to love ourselves and help others to love themselves. That's exactly why I wrote the book, The Adventures of Sammy and Stan. Stan is a lizard who's missing his tail and is made fun of. He allows the actions of others to affect how he feels about himself. And Stan has difficulty with light, so he has to wear sunglasses. He used to want to be a mighty eagle and not a boring old seagull. But Sammy and Stan help each other to see how amazing they are just the way they are. And they team up to go on a mission to help others. We too can join the mission of Sammy and Stan. We can choose to be kind. Something as kind as and simple as a smile can have a lasting and huge impact on someone's life. We never know what's going on behind the scenes in their lives or in their minds, and we do not want to add to the person's challenges. Instead, we want to help fill someone's bucket. The best way to fill someone's bucket is to be kind, compassionate, and empathetic. We can do our part to help others each and every day. Reading about other people's lives and challenges can help us to unlock that door, to help us to have understanding so that we can share that kindness. Remember, this is not an exhaustive list. There are many, many other treasures out there to be found. It's up to you to start digging. Until next time.